Alright, imagine this. You live in a quiet valley, the kind where even the wind seems polite enough to knock before passing through. And then one day, the peace dies, murdered by the sound of drills, engines, and men who shout like they're allergic to silence. Welcome to Walter Briggs's nightmare. Walter was the kind of man who made coffee like it was a religion. Routine, predictable, peaceful. Every morning he'd feed the koi fish his wife once loved, the same koi that now swam like nervous soldiers whenever the ground started shaking. Because lately, the valley hadn't stopped humming. Machines had moved in. Big ones, loud ones, the kind that make you question whether civilization is just code for construction forever. At first, Walter tried patience, a few calls to the county office, some polite words like, "Hey, can you maybe not turn my living room into a jackhammer soundtrack?" But patience only works when someone's listening, and no one was. So, the noise continued. Day, night, the kind of endless drone that makes silence feel imaginary. Then came the lights. Floodlights so bright they practically turned his house into a reality show. He'd close his eyes and still see white. His wife used to call the valley God's pause button. Now it was a construction zone run by caffeine and chaos. But Walter wasn't a man who quit easily. He'd fought real battles, once the kind with medals, not zoning disputes. Yet, even war hadn't prepared him for bureaucracy. And that's when the story took a strange turn. One morning as he stood by his kitchen window, mug in hand, koi swimming in nervous circles, he spotted 3 men in pressed shirts walking across the neighboring field. Not farmers, not locals. Clipboard, sunglasses, and an attitude that screamed, "We own this place now!" One pointed toward the ridge, another scribbled notes. The third just stared at the land like he was pricing it in his head. Walter felt something tighten in his chest, not fear, but recognition. The kind you get when someone's measuring your peace with dollar signs. And here's the part, no one told him that field wasn't just empty land anymore. It had been bought, rezoned, and sold again, until the only thing it grew now was noise. Developers, investors, people who talked about progress the way preachers talk about salvation. Walter didn't leave his house much after that, but the sound never left him. It was in the floors, in the windows, even in his dreams. The koi pond rippled constantly from the vibrations, a calm thing disturbed by human ambition. And you have to wonder, how far does progress have to go before it starts eating the peace it claims to bring? Because Walter's story isn't just about noise. It's about what happens when silence, the simple kind, becomes something money can buy, sell, and bulldoze. He started sketching again. The pond, the fence line, the old oak that had seen everything. Maybe he thought if he could draw it, he could save it. But art can't silence drills, and memories can't stop permits. Still, there's something quietly heroic about a man standing his ground, not with lawsuits or megaphones, but with stubbornness, with love for a place everyone else stopped noticing. And maybe that's the real noise, not the machines, but the silence of people too tired to fight for quiet. So next time you drive past a field that's suddenly full of cranes and concrete, remember someone once called that home. Someone like Walter. And sometimes the loudest thing you can do in a world addicted to noise is stay still. If you found this story haunting or oddly familiar, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment telling me what peace means to you, because silence might be rare, but stories like this deserve to echo.